Hi guys, welcome to my most tutorials. Today we are looking at the menstrual cycle. So when we're talking of the menstrual cycle, we're simply saying, unfortunately, fertilization did not take place, but the egg has to be released anyway. So now we have two hormones that are of very particular importance. We have got progesterone and we've got estrogen. Estrogen is the bold line and estrogen is the one with the dotted lines. Okay. So now, so when we are having as the levels of estrogen increase and the levels of progesterone increase, okay, so when they increase, the thickening of the uterus lining also increases, right? So we are having at a peak here when we're having a lot of estrogen. The uterus lining is also very thick there, right? And the estrogen levels, I'm sure you can see the days. We have days 0 to 7, 7 to 14, 14 to 21, and to 28. I'm going to explain the days in detail. But what I want you to take note of is that when we're having high levels of progesterone and estrogen, actually our uterus lining will be thicker, you know. It will be ready for the baby, right, to come and implant. But then if implantation does not take place, the levels of progesterone and estrogen, they will fall, and when they do that, your uterus lining will start to disintegrate, right? That's why you see here when you're having low levels of estrogen and low levels of progesterone, your uterus lining is disintegrating, it's breaking down. It was from there, but it's breaking down. It is at this point. When they start gaining now, increasing, it also develops. So what happens between day 0 to day 7? Okay. Let's have a look. So this cycle is actually a cycle of 28 days, but then it differs from women to women, right? So it starts with menstruation, which is the breakdown of the endometrium due to a drop in level of progesterone. And the cells and blood making the lining of the is shed via the vagina, and it lasts for 4 to 5 days. But then we are different, right? So just an estimate. That's just an estimate to say if fertilization does not take place, the levels of progesterone, they will become lower, and when they become lower, your uterus lining is going to break down, and as it breaks down, the blood will come out through the vagina. But then from day number 6, under the influence of estrogen from the ovaries, the uterus lining now will start to build again, right? Because the ovaries are developing that side and they are hoping for a future fertilization that might take place. So what do? They command the uterus lining to start developing again. So developing a mass of blood vessels so that it is ready to receive the fertilized ovum just in case fertilization takes place, okay? So now we have what we call the follicle stimulating hormone. So what it does is it causes a follicle in one of the ovaries to mature into an ovum. We have a lot of eggs, we have a lot of ovums, but this follicle stimulating hormone will stimulate one of the. They're not just going to develop all at the same time and be released at the same time. No, it's one every month, right? So when one follicle is developed on day number 14. That's on your mid-cycle, right? The level of estrogen drops and stops the production of the follicle stimulating hormone so that only one egg is released at a time. And it stimulates the release of luteinizing hormone, right? So this luteinizing hormone, it stimulates ovulation. So ovulation is just the release of an egg, right? So when you're ovulating, your body temperature increases. You start getting warmer and warmer from day number 14 to day number 28. So now, when an egg has been released, we have what we call the corpus luteum, which are the remains of the follicle that remain on the ovary. They start to secrete the progesterone hormone. And what does the progesterone hormone do? It stimulates the tissue of the endometrium to thicken more and more. Your uterus will thicken more and more and prepare for a possible implantation of fertilized ovum and prepare for a possible fertilization, right? just in case you become sexually active, you get pregnant, at least there will be somewhere where the embryo is going to be attached and develop, right? So the release of the follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone is stopped. Okay, it gets to a stop. So in the absence of fertilization, meaning to say fertilization did not take place, the corpus luteum disintegrates, degenerates, it gets angry, it degenerates. This results in a drop in secretion of progesterone, and the endometrium starts breaking down again, and the cycle will start over again and again till somebody gets pregnant. Okay, our next session, not a topic as such, I'll be looking at fertilization, how it takes place, the pregnancy, and how it develops. Okay, that will be our next video.